Welcome back. We've been talking about the topic of traceability and why it's so important to the beef industry. Russell Nemitz has more on a company that's been involved with this issue for the past couple of decades.
Well, a big topic in today's beef cattle industry is traceability. And with us on the program today is Leann Saunders from IMI Global. But in all honesty, Leann, traceability isn't something new. It's been around for quite a few years now.
You're exactly right. In fact, we've been talking about this subject probably for about 30 years in the beef industry, so it's not a new topic. We have producers with IMI Global that have been identifying cattle for the last 20 years, and all of that doing that voluntarily. Either maybe it's for export markets that they want to be able to be eligible for, or potentially just managing their own herds. But it's nothing new, and I think that's something that we need to really talk about, is look at those people that have been doing it for a long time and how they're doing it.
So what are some of the benefits of having a verification or identification program, traceability, on your cattle operation?
So really, it's all about you cannot manage what you cannot measure, right? So the first step in that is putting that individual tag in that animal's ear so that you can start gathering data on it. So with our programs at IMI Global, it's everything from source verification being required today to be eligible to export product to China. It's part of being one of the requirements for the NHTC program in order to be able to export to the European Union. And then today you have a plethora of domestic customers that really want to offer more information about where their food comes from. So identification and traceability is paramount in order to do that.
I was just going to say, oftentimes we think about traceability and source ID and gathering up all this information for our export markets, which, by the way, there's tremendous opportunity out there for that. But there's a lot of folks right here in this country that want to know more about that food they're eating.
That's exactly right. We often don't talk about the domestic markets because a lot of the export markets require it today. So absence of that requirement, then you don't hear a lot of talk about it, right? So we tend to focus on those export markets. But yeah, anyone from Safeway to King Soopers to Whole Foods, they want to be able to provide more transparency to the consumer, and the only way that you can do that is with solid identification traceability programs and then verifying certain attributes along the way.
So what are producers scared about? How come more aren't taking advantage of this opportunity out there?
I think technology scares us all. If you think about what we're in this world today, whether it's Amazon Go stores where you don't even have checkers, when you check out with your food, you have blockchain conversations. So I think just technology in general tends to be scary. And what's important to know about baseline ID and traceability, especially with programs like we put in place, is a producer doesn't have to have a lot of technology. He has to put in an EID tag. A lot of programs will help him with the rest of that. And then he's got this data and has eligibility for all of these programs today.
All right, really though, if a producer at home can run a tablet or an iPad or a smartphone, truly they don't need to be scared of utilizing technology and software like this, do they?
No, not at all. In fact, if you think about it, if you've got a smartphone, you've got Google Earth that can pinpoint today, really right where you're at. So it's already there, so it's nothing to be scared about. And really, these little tiny RFID tags, they just have coils inside of them that'll allow a reader at the next stage to read that and carry along that information. So it's not hard, it's not scary, and it's easy to apply.
Well, and also, last question, it truly is one of those ways that will make you money in the long run because you're opening up the marketplace to a way bigger audience for those animals you're raising at home.
That's exactly right. And when you think about the U.S. positioned against the rest of the world, because we're in a globally competitive market today, most of the rest of the world have identification traceability programs that are mandated today. So when we talk about exporting to some of these countries or looking at trade negotiations with some of these countries, that's always on the table and hurts us because we don't have enough uptake in this country of that today.
All right, I'll let you go. Where do we go for more information on traceability, source ID, all this wonderful ID information we need to know about?
Well, we would love for you to call us at IMI Global. So go to imigglobal.com or call us, and we'd love to talk to you all day about identification traceability and all the opportunities in the marketplace.
Awesome. I bet you would. And thank you so much for joining us on NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, that's going to do it from here at the IMI Global booth.